Hello everyone and welcome back to the second part tutorial in this series of how to rig this suspension system for wheel. Now I forgot to do something according the other tutorial, so I'll try to help you fix it before we will continue. So first of all, let's go back to the channel box of the spring and let's drive it to the P helix to 1 so that our spring will open. And what I forgot actually was to make those edges of the spring much more smoother. So there are probably few ways to do it, maybe by tapping on the 3 for quick smooth mode or any other smooth option, but according to the tutorial, what we should do is go over normals and click on the soften edges. Okay, soften edge. Alright, so that will that way we can control on how much soft we want this object to be. So now if I will switch to this tab, poly soft edge, and type something else here like 360 or somehow it's go only for 180. I'm not sure what's the reason for this, but let's try this again. Yeah, so it actually did made some changes, but it's not very it's not something that you can really see very good, but basically what it should do is fixing those hard there's more see those areas here, those faces are look like a little bit like black when you see them from other direction. So this is what it should fix. Okay, so if I will undo that, let's see how it looks. Okay, undo and undo soft edge. Okay, okay, so 2 more undos and there you go. So this is how it look, and with the soften edges from the normals tab over here, you will get something like, let me just zoom in so you can see it better, the soften edge, and you can see it make it a little bit more smoother. And if you really want to make it very smooth, just tap on 3 and that way it will look like it should be. Okay, so the only problem will be over those faces over here. So if you would like to fix those things, you should go over face, choose this face, and then choose also this face, shift select this one, and try to extrude them only once. Okay, so go over polygon and click on extrude. Actually, it's better to go over edit mesh, click the extrude little box over here, make sure the division is set to 1 and extrude them. Then it will be like an hard edges for those ends. Now tap on F8 to bring it back to object mode, and the next thing will be to go over modify. Okay, no, sorry, edit, delete by type, and you should click on this non-deformer history. Okay, so we still have the spring and all the other nodes. If you would do delete all by type for the all history, so then it will remove all those other nodes for the spring. So just to make things clear. Now the next part will be actually um, to create a measure tool. So that go over create and go over measure tool and distance tool. Okay, now the mouse cursor will turn into some kind of target sign. Now what we should do is maybe turn on the wireframe on shaded so you can see the wireframes, and then you will know also where are the vertices. Now with the sign target, hold down the V key for snapping. What we are going to create is a locator, so we are going to snap the locator over this middle point. Okay, so click once and you will see one locator is there, and then move down to the bottom pivot, hold down the V and do the same over here. Now we have two locators and some measure arrow in between them, so hit enter to close this circle. It's like a circle. Okay, so now we have the distance in between both of those pivots. Okay, so at first what you do from here is actually wrote down in some paper, take a piece of paper and a pencil or whatever, and write down the 5 first numbers, which is 22 in my case, 0.140. Okay, only those 5 numbers, and this will be the maximum. Okay, now when actually those pistons are open all the way up, and also the spring. Now from here we will take the we will first take the locator. So now make sure you only select the locator, don't select also the arrow, okay, because if you select them both, one of them will be all white and green, and it should stay pink. So just choose the locator and it will stay pink, and we are going to snap this locator into the middle of this cylinder, but we also need to do it to the bottom one. But first we are going to catch also the other locator down here. Again, make sure you didn't select this measure, so control and select to unselect it, and shift select the locator. Now they're both selected, and choose your scale tool to scale them up a little bit, like so. Okay, that's enough. That way you can catch them in which direction that you will choose, so you can see them better and catch them better. Now let's catch the upper one. Hold down the V key and make sure you are using the move tool. Hold down the V key and bring it inside. Okay, click the middle mouse key and drag it. Also for this one, catch it, hold down the V and point to somewhere here and bring it inside. Now as you can see, we did succeed with this one, but this one is not really applying to what we want. So it's also not really in the middle in no direction. So let's try just look it in this view and hold down the V and just try to place it where it should be. Okay, now as long as you get one axis to be at the point that it should be, like so. Okay, so then you will choose the arrow, the blue arrow for this axis of the move tool, and then hold down the V and bring it to the center. Okay, so that way we fixed it. Now from here, what you should do after you make sure you wrote down the 22 that I told you. By the way, in your case it really depends on how long you made those pistons. Okay, so this is only the parameters for my own modeling. In your case, it could be something else, but this is the wide open pistons when they are open, okay? And now what we want to do is to catch the spring, go over the spring, okay, tab, and let's close this spring like it's pressed, okay, like so. Now we are going to use it to know when in which what will to determine how much distance will be between those pistons when it's fully pressed, okay? So catch this locator together with our piston, okay, and bring them down in this axis and try to zoom in just to make sure you really meet the spring itself, okay? So let's see, yeah. Now that way we can tell what will be the distance. So now it's turned from 22 whatever it was to 18.041, okay? So you need to wrote this also on your piece of paper. So let me just wrote it down. It will take a second. Okay, 0.41, and then undo your last moves. Okay, so you brought back everything to the same point that it was, and now I can wrote down the 22.140, and so the higher number is the maximum and the lower number is the minimum. And put this piece of paper in front of you because we are going to use it. Now from here what we should do is actually try first save it, because we don't want to lose this information or in any other way destroy what we already done. So save it with one name, and after that save it again with new name, okay? So save and then save again with new name. So it's always good to do actions like this so things won't screw up for you. Now take this, we are going to go over window, going over rendering editor, and launch the hypershade. And no, we ain't going to apply any shader for it. We are going to use this hypershade in order to see the nodes of our connections for two different things here. First of all, by default you will get those two boxes, the work area and the box of all those tabs here for nodes or whatever it will be. So we need only the work area, so therefore you have those three buttons here. So this one is the show button tabs only, okay? So then we get to see only the work area. Now with the work area, what we want to select our spring, shift, select only the measuring, not the locators, only the measuring node, and we want to click on this icon over here with the two arrows to the right, okay? So it's like forwarding. So it's called input and output connection. Just click on it and you will get to see something like this. Now those nodes belongs to our dimension, and those nodes from the left side belongs to the spring itself, and we need to in some way merge them together, and we are going to use another new node. So first of all, you can use in the work area, when you want to see things better, you can use the same hotkeys like Alt and scrolling your mouse wheel up and down in order to zoom in or zoom out so you can see things better. So I'm going to bring them all over here and bring all this group over here, and we need one node of each of those groups. We are going to pull this distance which attach to those two locators over here, and because we named the spring operation, the blending operation we made as spring, so therefore we get a spring node. But there are actually two spring nodes, so pay attention. We are only cutting the spring node, not the spring set node, okay, which is here. You also, if you are using newer version of Maya, you will get to see those little balloons over here. So bring them both near to each other, and from here where it says create tab, type down set, okay, set as for set range. So you will get to see this node over here. So shift and click on the left mouse button on it, and the set range will appear over here, and then catch it with your mouse left mouse button and bring it in between both of them. Alright, now this is very tricky, so you probably need to do it once or twice, and this is the only reason why I told you to save your work, so nothing will get screwed up and you will have to do things all over again. Okay, people sometimes may get confused and starting to build things from scratches again instead of fixing it, so that way I save you some time. Now catch this distance node, okay? It's called the distance dimension. The full name of it is distance dimension. If you put your mouse cursor over it for a few seconds, you will see the full name. So this is the distance dimension. Now click on the middle mouse button, which is the wheel, and drag it over the set range, and then you get this menu pop up out. Okay, so choose other from the menu, and then you will get to see this box over here. So this is the output section, and this is the input section for both of those nodes. Now, so here at the left side, scroll down to the bottom. Alright, I have a Skype call. I will back to you in a moment. Everyone, so I came back. I just had this Skype phone call, and I had to answer it. Now, where we stopped. So we have these two boxes over here, and from the left list we need to scroll down to distance, okay, and then from the right menu click on the distance, okay, just click once on it, and from this right box expand the value, okay, this is the value, and it's not highlighted in somehow, so what you need to do is actually choose the value X, okay, and then you can see that there is a line that we have made it, the connection between those two nodes, okay. So after it's done, click on close. Now we're going to focus right now on the set range, so click on it with your left mouse key, and let's open the attribute editor for it. So make sure you select it and click on the attribute editor once or twice, so you will see this box, okay. Now remember I told you to wrote down on a piece of paper the distance in between those pistons. So for the maximum we said that we are going to type here the higher number, okay. So in my case it's 18.041, okay, and then for the old minimum we are going to, oh sorry, so for the old max it's sorry, again. For the old maximum, it's 22.140, okay, and for the old minimum, it's 18.041. Alright, now for the max box over here, you should type down 1, okay. So this actually standing for the helix itself when it's pressed down or open, okay. So the max open is 1 because we have to change the value of the p helix, polygon helix, to 1 in order to expand it so it will open, and the minimum is 0. So after you're done with this, you can grab the set range, okay, node from the hypershade, middle click on it with your mouse wheel and drag it over the spring and release. Then you will see the menu, choose other, and now go over out value from the left side, okay, and choose the out value X, because this is what we chose when we connected the dimension to the set range, okay. So we chose X value, so we need to we chose input value of X to the set range. Now we need to pull this out value X, okay, and click on the out value X and choose the weight, okay, and then you will see that they both connected, okay. If it doesn't create this connection in between of them, just expand the weight and choose the p helix, okay, and then you will see it. After that you can close. Now if I will close the hypershade, okay, so and I will come over here, I will zoom in and catch the upper locator. If I will press it down, you can see that after it gets to the minimum distance, it will no longer react to this locator. Also when it will get to the maximum, and you can see it's still the spring is still stays in between those two parameters, okay, in between the 20 the 18 point whatever it will be and the 22. So this is what we actually did in all this hypershade nodes connection. Now another thing is I actually forgot is that when we okay, sorry, so we need to also parent the spring itself to one of those pistons. So we actually need to parent it to this bottom piston, okay. So click on select the spring, shift select this bottom piston, okay, and make sure you didn't select the locator itself, okay. Make sure you select only the pivot over here. Alright, let's try this again. Pivot, okay, and click on P, tap on P on your keyboard to parent them. So now they will be will stay together, the spring and the bottom piston. So this is it for this part, and make sure you save it in a new name, okay. Again, make a newer name, and we will see you soon at the next part, where we going to actually attach those locators to those two pistons so they will react together, okay. And that's it for now, so have a nice day and goodbye.